What's up, you sexy motherfuckers? This is Sasha, and I'm doing a little podcast here in Las Vegas, Nevada, with Bravo, a.k.a. Bravo. PUA.
Hey guys, how's it going?
So this dude is, he's a cool dude, obviously, because I only speak to cool dudes. But I met this guy only recently for the first time in the summer at an event, and we had a quick chat. He told me some interesting stuff, and we were giggling. And then he said, hey, if you ever come down to Phoenix, let's shoot some guns. Thinking that's just something you say to people to be nice, but then it turned out he meant it. And we actually went and we shot guns, and I've got videos of me on my Facebook with shooting a Glock 9, oh yeah, and a Glock 4.
It was a Glock 34 and a Glock 19. They're both 9mm.
Yeah. Glock. Oh, is it Glock 19?
Yeah.
Glock 34? Okay, so
Glock
Glock 19 is smaller. And then 34 is a little bit bigger. That was nice too.
The tactical.
So we thought we'd just have an entire show about shooting guns. What do you think of that?
I can do it. I'm game. My old job before this, I was a firearms instructor. So.
Yeah, I find it. That was a joke about doing the whole show on guns. No, that's what's so interesting about the community is that everybody's got some kind of. Well, not everybody. I'm sure there are some people who worked at Burger King and then went and become like PUA instructors. But generally, a lot of people have interesting backgrounds, right? Like I was a stand-up comic, still am. You're a firearms dude. James Marshall was like a fucking kung fu dude and meditation healer dude. So all these people have these interesting.
Gareth Jones worked at Ed Hardy.
That's right, Gareth Jones. Hardy's.
Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy?
The Ed Hardy clothing store.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Years ago.
That's all. Let's just turn this into a Gareth Jones bashing session now.
I love Gareth.
He's great. He's abandoned us now. He was here. I was sharing the same couch with him, actually, this weekend, which was kinky. So, anywho, let's focus. So, we went shooting guns. It was awesome. And then here at Johnny Soporno's, a week-long crazy program in Vegas. We're having a good time, learning cool stuff. Hanging out and eating a lot of steaks at the Hard Rock Cafe. Hey, $9.99 for all you can eat prime rib. You can't fucking top that. That's all I'm saying.
It's a good idea when you do it, but the next day, bad idea.
Dude, you had 3 steaks.
Yeah.
You had fucking 3. I think I had 3 the first time. The second time I had 2, but then of course I got one to go. Did
you eat it later?
I've got that in the fridge still. I'm going to do steak and eggs.
It's gonna be more. Steak and eggs is like $3 down here. It's like you can get that fresh.
Yeah, but I don't know. I like my organic eggs. That's right.
I didn't believe he was going to be able to get a prime rib to go either from the all-you-can-eat buffet, but we figured out.
Well, you helped because you just said frame it like, look, we got to go. We waited a long time for this last steak. Can I get it to go? And they're like, sure. But that was good. So anyway, we're here, and I saw his presentation on online game. Now I knew he knew what he was doing already because he already told me some stuff when I was in Phoenix, and he's just told me about the fucking crazy success he's had with online game stuff. But I actually saw his presentation, and it's fucking great. It's got such good stuff in it. Yeah, I was blown away. I'm really excited. I just set up my profile. And it's actually a weird situation for me because I've always been against online dating because people will ask me because obviously I'm a dude who just goes out and talks to girls. So guys are always like, what do you think about online dating? I always bash it. I'm like, man, you're a fucking pussy. You got to be out there working on your social skills. Don't be a little bitch. But now I'm actually coming around to it and I'm thinking, hey, you know what? If you got the cold approach down, why not add that into your game? If you're going to a city, you're going to be somewhere, why not do that as well?
I just call it, like the very first thing I say at the beginning of the presentation is online game is not a replacement for cold approach. Because everyone who does that, all these guys who get on online game, they think it's like, oh, you know what, I'm a pussy when it comes to approaching. I haven't got over that, and I don't have the social skills to actually pick up a chick and bang her in real life, so I'm going to resort to the internet, and it's going to try to use it like World of Warcraft and get laid or something. It's not like that at all, because any of the problems you have, the insecurities you have, or the holes in your game are going to come through A, on your page, or B, when you go out on a date with a chick. So my whole philosophy on it is once you're getting good and you're legit and you're actually getting laid, put up a page. It took me a little bit of time to tweak mine and get it fucking solid. But then I just basically leave it up, don't even do anything, and girls message me, and then I just line up some dates and bang them. Or if I'm traveling somewhere, this is a top secret fucking tip. I set it up like before I came to Vegas this week. I changed my profile to say that I'm here. And I did this when I went to London for the last conference I did last year. And before I even landed in London, I already had girls lined up and had a girl travel over 4 hours to come see me. And within seconds, we were having sex in the hotel.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. The travel thing, especially for me, just going around doing the world tour now, that's just fucking awesome to line up dates wherever you go.
But also, too, it comes down to, like, I always joke that, I guess this comes from, like, my tactical training background, martial arts and firearms training, that I always want to be as efficient and as effective as possible. So if I can get laid and have chicks lining up and basically do no work, I'm cool with that. So
yeah, well, it's funny. I'm coming around to that because it's, let's be honest, cold approach it's a fucking lot of work, man. I mean, it's like you got to walk up, you got to talk to them, you got to get their number, then you got to fucking try and get them to, you got to use text game or call them and actually get them to come out, and eventually you have a date. So it seems here you're skipping a whole bunch of few steps. You don't actually have to approach them. That's actually not the step I mind. It's everything else in between. It's getting them on the phone or getting them to answer text, or then they answer some and they don't answer some, or getting them out. So if you can actually have it tight where you can actually, just basically get them to come out right away, that's awesome. And that's actually eliminating a lot of the problem steps for a lot of guys.
yeah, and that actually kind of goes hand in hand with another free tip is a lot of guys try to use Facebook. Like, I even used to use MySpace back in the day to get laid, but a lot of guys use Facebook and they try to think they want to meet girls on that. But that's not designed for dating. It's a social networking site. And girls get hit on all the time by other dudes, and you're putting yourself instantly in that category. And if I'm going to spend 10 minutes messaging girls online and trying to get laid, why would I spend 10 minutes on Facebook where the whole cards and the whole deck is stacked against me? Why wouldn't I just go to a free online dating site and then spend 10 minutes there? And then you're going after girls who are already in the state of wanting to meet someone. That's just, again, common sense to me. But
it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. I'm actually looking forward to trying it. It's weird. It's like I was actually against it. I was stubborn. I'm like, no, it's the devil. But fuck it, I can do the cold approach.
I know, I hated
it
it because I'm really known, especially when I used to work for Style back in the day. I was really known, like, whenever we do hidden camera stuff, I have like a really direct, cocky, funny kind of fucking style of game. And we had video clips where I'm making out with chicks in like a few minutes. I'm at boot camps making out with 2 girls at the same time, sucking girls' titties in the club. I've done crazy shit. But we were actually originally going to write an article for a magazine, and they wanted the topic of online game, and no one was there that was like really good at it and qualified on it. So I was like, oh, I'll fucking give it a crack. Because I used to get laid back in the day before I got married. And that's my background before I got into all this stuff. I'm actually married and divorced, and that's what got me into this shit. But before I was married, I actually used it to get laid. And then when I got divorced, I instantly hopped back on it, and that was the first girl that I had sex with was from an online dating site. So I was already familiar with it. But then once I had like this PUA knowledge and this mindset and the paradigm shift to understand these things, I ended up setting it up, and man, basically within like a week or two, I was just getting laid, and it was just crazy results.
Yeah, it is fucking crazy, and it's exciting. I'm excited to actually to go out there and try it. So, all right. So, do you have a couple of? I've seen your presentation; it's great. Do you have a couple of top tips for you guys who just sort of want to give it a shot? A couple of the big no-nos most guys probably do that'll help these guys out.
So, the first one I covered earlier was making sure this isn't a replacement for cold approach. So, first off, get good at that. That's my number one tip. Get good at that, because once you're squared away in that area, all this other stuff's easier. Second thing I said, don't use Facebook. And I know there's guys out there that teach it, and people might disagree with me. But like I said, if I'm going to spend 5-10 minutes online, I can line up a couple girls in 5-10 minutes. If guys are on Facebook, it's not nearly as quick as that. Also, too, because like my Facebook page is like a work page. It's Bravo PUA. Like, I can't use that for fucking girls because guys track me down on my old one, and same thing on my MySpace page, and fucking ruined it. So I had to figure out another way of doing it. For the guys who are listening to it in America, the next tip is I don't like paid dating sites because I'm cheap. But also a lot of girls who are trying this stuff out. I feel like the paid dating sites are for the girls that are very serious about this. Like maybe they're looking for someone to settle down and get married. So if that's what you're looking for, then you might want to check out some of those sites like Match or eHarmony. But for a lot of the young girls who are just giving this a shot and putting their toe in the water and seeing how it feels for them, and if it's something they want to try, sites like Plenty of Fish or OkCupid have been the best ones. OkCupid isn't my favorite. A lot of my students, a lot of guys on my site, they fucking swear by it. A lot of the younger guys like it. I fucking hate all those quizzes and spending all that time answering those questions. I like Plenty of Fish because it's just simple and fast. And then you used to be able to always see if they read your message. Now I can just see when they were online last. Like, so if I sent a message 2 hours ago and the girl's online 5 minutes ago, I know there's a good chance she had a chance to see my message. So simple, fast, lots of hot chicks on it, Plenty of Fish. Is that enough tips, or should I give?
Let's give him one more.
All right, let me think for a second. What's else? Okay, another big thing is you got to look for pictures. This is like one of the things I joke about this in my program, that making sure that you know how to read pictures properly could save your life, because a lot of these chicks, it's always funny when girls come back at us and like they try to have like a whole negative perception of pickup, and guys that are learning this stuff to improve their life. but like they're like, oh, you're being dishonest. It's not being true, and you guys are lying. But they can wear makeup, wear implants, wear high heels, wear fucking spandex clothes and all these things, and then on Facebook and on dating sites completely fucking Photoshop their pictures, and then they have a problem with what we do. So as soon as I start seeing pictures that have filters, they're a little blurry, the contrast is high. I joke in the class where, like, if you can't see the girl's teeth or her nose or one of her eyes because the contrast is so high, they're obviously hiding something. If they're making a weird kissy face, if the picture's sideways, if they're posing weird, they're hiding something. Fat girls love showing off their fat titties. So if it's just a close-up of big fat titties, it's usually attached to a big fat pig. So think about it. None of us put up pictures like that. None of us Photoshop and put all these weird filters and shit on pictures. So if you're running across that, I just instantly next those type of girls.
Yeah, it's something I noticed as well, not just for pictures, but just girls in general. You know when they wear that, it's so fucking retarded, I hate it. It's like a sort of shirt/blouse, and it's just loose in the front where the stomach area is. Guess what?
Fat.
She's covering up a fucking gut.
And then there's fucking hot girls that wear those because they think that's like a cool style and it makes them look like shit. I forget that's called. That's one of the things I hate the most is seeing. As soon as I see a chick wearing that, why would you gamble on that?
Yeah.
She's probably hiding a big stretch mark pudge.
It's brutal, but in real life, I always find a reason to give girls a little punch in the stomach, and then I can tell right away, right? So I'm always just like, you know what? I'm going to beat you up. If she says anything fun, I'm just like, oh my God, you're funny. And I'll just punch her in the stomach and be like, oh, okay, I'm beating you up. You can't be funnier than me, and I'll punch him or whatever. So, and girls will do that to me. I found that they'll give you a little touch on the arm, or they'll give you a little, touch on the belly just to see what's going on. So it's a great move, and but obviously online, not as effective.
Wait, now, and then to clarify, when you give the punch, at what percentage strength is it?
It's about 80 to 90%. You don't want to give them 100% because that takes them down. No, like literally like 10%.
I have punched a girl. She was riding me before, and I was fucking working her breadbasket, and I was nailing it as hard as I could.
Are you serious?
Yeah. But when you're laying down and a girl's on top of you, you really can't get too much power in the.
Bravo likes kinky sex, apparently.
No, she did. But
he's got some crazy sex stories, but I think that's going to have to be another episode, another time.
Yeah, I went to the dark side with one girl, and then right after, the girl after was like totally vanilla sex, and it was hard to transition back.
Yeah, there's some kinky things to be done,
dude. Even just like from the seminar, what we've been talking to with all the girls, we're here at the Adult Expo and talking to the chicks that are porn stars and stuff, just finding out. This is one of the other breakthroughs that I had. This is an online game, but just realizing that women, the sex toy industry for women is a multi-billion-dollar industry. How many chicks do we know that have fucking drawers full of sex toys? Girls love sex just as much, if not more, than we do, and they have fantasies, and they've done sick shit that blew away anything I ever did before. And once that clicked in my head, that was life-changing. That was a crazy paradigm shift.
Yeah, just like anything else, it's like, just try. Like, if there's some kinky shit you want to try, ask girls if they're into it, ask them if they're, what they'd be willing to experiment with.
But like the Chris Rock skit, I used to the Chris Rock skit on YouTube that actually was under my old username. He's like, girls love doing dirty shit, but you got to ask like that shit for a man. You can't ask like it for a pussy. Mm-hmm. Anyways, if you guys have seen that clip, it's fucking hilarious, but it's so true.
Yeah, Chris Rock is a gangster. True and funny, which is the best comics are.
He's like, excuse me, would you mind licking my balls? And the girl goes, no, lick your own damn balls. And now you got dry balls.
I remember that.
So, yeah, but I watched that when I was a kid, and then years later I watched it. I was like, fuck, he's on point, man.
I'll tell you what else is really funny when he talks about make bullets. If a bullet costs $5,000, it wouldn't be innocent bystanders. Shit, he must have done something. They put $35,000 bullets into his ass. That shit was funny.
Funny, but I disagree. Being a firearms instructor.
Oh, that's right. That's a perfect joke to discuss with you. But yeah, no, he's fucking hilarious.
Because gangbangers with all the money they'd be able to afford that. Just like when they banned high capacity magazines, criminals could go out and buy them for $100 a piece, but regular people couldn't for $20. So, anyways, funny, but I went off on a tangent.
That's cool. Well, listen, awesome. So some good tips there.
Real quick too, I was going to say when Sasha came through. One of the things, I've been around in the PUA world, and I mean, working for Style for years, and doing the seminars, and knowing everyone, or knowing lots of guys, and meeting people. I mean, I always joke that about like 90 to 95% of guys who are teaching this stuff, or have websites, or trying to teach this stuff, are so creepy and weird. I don't even want them having my fucking cell phone number. I don't even want to associate with them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want anyone thinking I endorse them or work with them. But Sasha came through town. We talked before. We hung out. We've been hanging out in Vegas. Cool guy. And actually, I had to go run out for a couple hours when I was in Phoenix, and I had a coaching call, and I dropped you off at the coffee shop underneath my building, and when we left, you were kind of smiling and joking around with the little cutie that was working the front counter, and then later that night, I don't know if you banged her in your Winnebago.
We got naked in the Winnebago, but then I kind of don't want to say this. She started to get naked, and there was a really bad smell, and I'm like, please let that not be your pussy. And it turned out she wasn't wearing socks that day with some kind of weird comfy shoes. So I'm like, okay, we're going to your house. So I banged her at her house after she had a shower. Yeah.
After she washed her feet.
She washed her fucking feet.
Okay. But anyways, yeah, we were gonna hang out later that night, and he's like, "Oh, I can't. I'm banging the coffee shop girl." So that was always kind of cool because you see when there's guys who are legit or just talk, and yeah. So I only hang out with guys I think are legit and good, and I've very rarely ever done interviews or talked to anyone before. So just that right here is a testament for I think you're a stand-up dude.
Thanks, Bravo. That's very
And
nice.
he didn't ask me to say that either. I just wanted to say that before we close.
I didn't. I was wondering what was going on there.
I just really wanted the stinky feet story because
Yeah.
you were texting us. That was funny. And then your wingman or your junior coach, your buddy, him and I were hanging out. I was waiting for you, and then you're like, "Oh, she has stinky feet. I gotta."
Yeah. No, it's one of those weird moments. I've had a couple of that before where you're just like everything's going awesome, and then you're like, "Ah, fuck, this could ruin everything," and then you recover. So the stinky feet thing, I thought it happened once before. It was a funny story that I never tell, but there was this girl once. We won't call her anything, but she was this Chinese girl who was, really, really, really hot, amazing body. Her body was fucking phenomenal. She was gorgeous. And this is back when I had serious rice fever. Like, I didn't want to talk to girls unless they were Chinese, Japanese, Korean. Didn't give a fuck. She was smoking hot. And this was years ago, so I was a fucking pussy, and I couldn't do anything. I just became friends with her, even though I know she liked me. I became friends with her, and she started dating some other guy. This boring. One of the most boring guys I'd ever met in my whole life. She was dating him for literally fucking 5 years. 5 years. And then one day she texts me going, "Hey, when are you going to invite me to dinner at your house?" And I'm like, "Oh, would your boyfriend like that?" And she's like, "Oh, we broke up a couple weeks ago." So I know it's this is when I'm in game already. So I know this is a booty call. And I'm so excited. I'm like, yes, she comes over. She has some wine. I make her food. We eat. We're hanging out. And I'm escalating. She's like, "No, it's going to be weird because we're friends, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "No, it's not. It's going to be fine. We can still be friends and hook up, blah, blah, blah." So everything goes down. We finally get in the bedroom. The clothes are coming off. I'm fucking excited. And her underwear comes down and the stench hits me like fucking right in the face, like boom. I was like, oh my god, and I didn't know what to do, and I just said, oh yeah, she was a bit drunk, she had a bottle of wine, so I just said, hey, listen, we probably shouldn't do this, and we just went to sleep, and that was it. And to this day, and I could still hook up with her now. To this day, I just can't fucking say, hey, bitch, your pussy stinks. I don't know how to go about it with all my skills. I don't know what to do.
I would have her like give you a massage and then go, "Hey, we gotta wash this oil off." And then use that as an excuse.
Yeah,
or go hot tubbing or something.
Yeah, it occurred to me just like, hey, let's. But at the time,
or you could just go, "Hey, you fucking have a stinky vag. Go wash that shit out."
Yeah, I know.
I've said that. I've said that before. Yeah. Well, I didn't say it like that, but I was like, "Hey, you got to go freshen up. You got to go clean." Yeah, and then the girls were like, "Oh, yeah, I worked all day or something like that." And I was like, "All right."
It was brutal, but because of that lesson this time, I did say, "Okay, there's a smell. We need to deal with this." And she was like, "Yeah, it's my feet. It's cool. Let's go to my house." And that was cool. The one other time I had a moment that I thought was going to fucking ruin everything was this summer. I was with a chick, and it was really romantic. We had this this scented candle and this really nice salt. It's like the salt shit you rub on your back with lemongrass salt. It was fucking awesome. Anyway, we're doing all this kind of shit, and then we're in a bathtub, and then we got out of the bathtub, and I think we went to rub off in the shower. But we were in this really hot bathroom, and then we stood up. We went in the shower, and she literally just passed out. She just dropped. And she hit her head a little bit. I caught her, and I tried to open her eyes, and her eyes were literally like in the back of her fucking head, like she was out cold. Then she woke up, and I'm like, "Hey, you passed out? Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah." And then she dropped again, and I caught her, and she was out for like 20, 30 seconds, and I'm thinking, "Holy fuck, are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is going on?" And it turns out it was just happens sometimes if you get up fast and
in the
blah,
heat,
blah, and
it
was fine, yeah. But man, it really fucking freaked me out. But at least she didn't have a stinky vagina. Which
did you end up having sex with her later that night?
Oh yeah, we were already at it. Yeah, it was awesome.
Or should we do a funny story too?
Go do a funny story.
Okay, I didn't know how long I went. So I joked, or I said earlier about the first girl that I fucked after my divorce. I met online, and actually, there's a whole story behind it, but this is just the short version. She was a cute little Mexican girl, big giant titties. We went out. She'd kind of blown me off one date, but then she was apologized. "Hey, let me take you out again." Clearly, now I wouldn't go out with a girl who fucking blew me off or anything. But at the time, I was just so happy to get a date. We went out, and she's like, "Oh, let me take you out to this Mexican food place. It's my favorite place to eat." So we went there, and the food fucking sucked. It was just a shitty little place that she grew up like her little neighborhood hangout, but it sucked, shitty. And then she said that the bill she was going to pay for it. So right before the bill came, she goes, "Oh, I got to go in the bathroom." So she gets up, goes in the bathroom, and then the waiter comes and drops off the bill. And I literally sat there for about 15 minutes waiting for her to come out of the bathroom. And I'm kind of a germaphobe. So the whole time she's in there, all I can just start thinking about is that she's just in there having this wicked diarrhea Mexican shit. And then the waiter kept coming by, like, trying to take the bill, and I'm like, oh, we're waiting because I'm going to make her pay. And so he's giving me, like, this dirty look, like I'm the douchebag because I'm fucking not paying. She finally comes out, doesn't say anything, picks up the bill, we go back to my place, we start fooling around, clothes start coming off, and all I can keep thinking about is this nasty, wicked diarrhea shit. And, because I keep, like, baby wipes and stuff in the bathroom and stuff, I'm very clean. So instantly, like, that was in my head, I was still built up about my ex-wife, and then we're in bed, it just literally was the worst sex I ever had. I think I was, like, not even totally hard, and I was done in, like, 2 minutes. And I remember when I was done, I rolled over, and I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I apologized afterwards. So that was the turning point for me where I decided, yeah, I need to figure out women, because if there's going to be rebound sex with diarrhea ass, I don't know if there was diarrhea ass.
That's a shitty story.
As soon as she left, I washed the sheets and stuff like that.
Shitty story.
Good one.
I was wondering where that was going. I thought it would have been hilarious if you just went, and then she ended up shitting herself during the sex. That's where I thought you were going with that.
If you do anal and stuff, sometimes you, like, see that messy stuff. I'm not as picky as I was years ago. Probably, if that would have happened, I would have, like, been dry heaving and sickened and get out, freaking out. But if you're fucking around doing nasty shit now, things happen sometimes.
I'm still not looking forward to my first anal experience with a girl's bum, obviously.
You never done it? Yeah.
I've never done it. It's funny because I joke around about it, but I just have such a great relationship with the vagina. I love the vagina. Vagina's been good to me. I have a great time. I'm worried, what if I try some ass, and then I love ass, and I go back to vagina, and the vagina's like, no, buddy, you're an ass man, and then I won't enjoy a vagina anymore. And frankly, I don't know if it's worth the risk.
Nah, have you watched Californication?
No.
There's a great scene where one of the two girls are talking about, like, it on the wedding day. She goes, oh, have you given the ass yet? And the lady goes, no, I haven't done that. And she goes, no, you got to give him the ass just once. Then he knows he can have it. Then he doesn't want it no more. And that's totally true. That's, like, how it is. Like, if you just get it once, it's cool. But, like, there's in my opinion, there's the better equipment right next to it. But it's, like, a little tight little hole, and then right after there's nothing. Whereas, like, a nice, tight, warm vag is, like, amazing all throughout.
So you like the vag more?
Yeah. But
okay.
I just like...
Because I met guys
I just like doing a three-peating. Like, if I get a girl, I like hitting all 3 holes.
Okay.
Just knowing I can do it. Especially if no one else did it.
I thought there were 6 holes. You're not counting the...
Ears?
Ears.
Nostrils?
Nostrils.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7.
That's 7, whatever. You don't need both nostrils. One is enough, but they're the same. Yeah, no, I'm sure at some point I'll be hot and heavy with some chick, and she'll just be, like, ramming in my ass. And I probably
Have you never had a girl beg for that?
No. I usually make them come with my mouth or fingers or dick.
Because I've had girls beg for it.
I generally do all those 3.
The first time it happened, like, a girl was like, oh, I want you to fuck my ass. And, like, inside I'm like, ugh, what? I don't know what to do. And then outside I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm fucking know what I'm doing. And I clearly didn't. I've learned since then, but, man, it was like...
There's a technique?
Well, yeah, you gotta, like... It depends. Like, if the girl's really into ass shit, then, like, you can sometimes just stick it right in. But generally you have to warm it up, lube it up, start getting that muscle to relax. 1 finger, 2 fingers.
Right.
And then you can go in. And then slow and steady at the beginning, and then start pounding.
We should talk about that next time. Just the art of ass fucking.
There's
a video.
There's people way more qualified than me. I think I've only done, like, I don't want to say numbers, but hasn't been that many.
25 asses. It's fine.
That's But I don't want to say that's numbers. I don't like numbers out there because in like 20 years from now, my kids or something else that's going
like, Dad, is it
you
true?
said you ass fucked 30 girls on the internet,
so. and you were only 26. So look, here's the point. So if people want to learn more about you or your, are you offering an online dating product right now?
We went into ass sex. That was funny as a tangent. No, so originally I set up a forum and a blog, and I'm on it all the time. I post all the time. I run everything there, and I'm happy to help people as much as I can. I got free flash chats and stuff on my forum because I remember what it was like when I was fucking down and out when I got divorced and looking for help. And one of the things that always bugged the shit out of me is going to some guy's website where they have like a forum and they have this big name. And I'm not going to name any names, but they have a big name, and they never fucking post, or it's all just like, oh, here's a post, but it's always a sales post. And I was just vowed not to do that. So I try to help guys out as much as I can. But yeah, I do private coaching and boot camps and one-on-one, and then I have my online game program, which is, it's kind of cool because like I don't know how to program, so I had to figure out how to do it. So it's built into my forum. There's a training video, which is always updated content in the forum. Everyone else who bought the program has a membership to this forum, and the section of the forum, and we all talk about it and come up with new things. So, like, guys in other countries, they're like, oh, I don't have plenty of fish. So, like, one of my buddies, he's in Australia, Polly, and he's like, oh, this is the site I use. It's really good. You got to tweak it a little, and this is how. So, it's kind of just, I call it my online game 2.0 program, because 2.0 is always like evolving and stuff, like Wikipedia and like forums and stuff. So I came up with that idea. And it's funny because now I see other people are like copying that and ripping me off on the idea. I was pretty proud of it. I need to do more of it.
Bastards.
But, yeah.
Cool.
So if they want it, you can check it out. Otherwise, if they just want to go to my forum, my Facebook page, just chat with me. I'm a pretty easy, reachable guy and pretty down to earth. So happy to help all those guys I can.
And what's the URL for your forum?
BravoPUA.com.
BravoPUA.com. It's like SashaPUA.com.
Exactly. Actually, that was
It's
one of
actually
the
the same letters.
I saw,
Same
yeah.
amount of letters.
Yeah,
Sasha,
is it?
Bravo. Yeah.
BRAVO.
SASHA 5.
Okay, yeah. I actually saw a while ago when I saw your page, and I was like, oh, this guy's like fucking. He has good videos. This is like a guy that's like not just a scammer. I mental noted that, so that way when I met you, I was like, I think either you came up or I came up. We started talking. I was like, oh, I've seen your shit. Good stuff.
I had no idea who you were at the time. I'm just like another dude trying to take money out of these poor guys.
another hacker, like
Another
scammer,
hacker.
liar. No, Bravo PUA, and then if they like my Facebook page, Twitter, and all that stuff, it's all Facebook.com/Bravo PUA. All those things. You just Google those words, you find my shit. Everything's set up.
There it is, brother. Great time talking to you. That's a handshake we just did, which you can't see. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you somewhere along the line.
Yeah, no, I think we were talking about doing the upcoming your seminar. Oh no, my dates aren't allowing that.
Can't. Yeah,
I'm fucking bummed out about that. I already got some scheduled for your.
That's right.
Direct Game seminar.
Direct Dating Summit, March 17th, 18th.
So what days is it?
March 17th, 18th.
So if anyone who's there, if you're listening to this audio and you're like, wow, Bravo actually seems like a cool guy. Why isn't he here? The one guy that thinks that. It's because I had a scheduling conflict. I'm not able to go. But otherwise, I would totally fucking be there. And I very rarely go to other people's seminars or events. So I would 100% be there if I already didn't have something booked myself. For that
We'll do another one day.
Yeah.
And we'll plan it a year in advance. It'll be sick.
All
right, buddy. Great chatting, and we'll see you next time.
Cool, brother.
Holy shit. Well, I'm excited. Who's excited? Yeah! The Direct Dating Summit, March 17th, 18th.